Cal, BHP UK, and strapped to the dyno today we have a GASGAS SM 700. It is of course the same bike as a 690 and the Husqvarna 701, sold under a different badge in a different colour. But this bike has come to us. It is an A2 restricted bike and it has had fitted the Tecmo headers and a Leo Vinci end can. We are going to remove the airbox lid because they are obviously very restrictive. The best mods you can do to these bikes is the exhaust system, but you've got to complement it with an open airbox lid. Otherwise really you don't get the maximum benefits from the modifications. Like I said, this bike is A2 restricted. That's normally just a restriction on the throttle. Angle mapping in the ECU gets to about 5,000 RPM and then the ECU just pulls back the throttle, restricting you to about, these bikes make about somewhere between 40 and 42 typically at the back wheel when they're restricted. So we'll get rid of the restrictions and we'll do the map all at the same time, get it run up again and make sure it's running and fueling perfectly. Well, that's the bike mapped and run up again. We managed to get the bike up from 41 brake horsepower as standard to 71. So again, a 30 brake horsepower. Obviously, we've removed the restrictions on the bike. We've also added quite a lot of fuel in. These bikes run pretty much lean everywhere, so we've added quite a chunk of fuel in. You can see on the bottom plot there that we're running just below 13:1 air fuel ratio at wide open throttle. The biggest gains as far as the riding lower down will come at part throttle at 25% now. This is what we've got and this is what we had. The blue line is a stock bike, the red line is the modified file. And again, you can see that at that point we've added quite a lot of fuel in again. This is what gives you the throttle response and the smooth running. The 50% throttle, again, we've had to add quite a lot of fuel. A little bit of timing advance was added at that point as well. But you can see the difference in the curve now. We've gone up to 43 brake horsepower at 50% throttle, which is more than the bike was making at wide open throttle when it came to us. So that's a wrap on this. We are going to get it unstrapped, let the customer take it home, let us have his feedback on the bike. We're pretty sure he's going to be absolutely thrilled with it. We've done literally hundreds of these bikes now. Big shout out to our customers that have had these done in the past with us and worked with us to give us feedback on how the bike is riding. What the dyno tells us is one thing, but the throttle response and the rideability, obviously we need to either road test them or wait for your feedback just to make sure everything is running as it should. These bikes are available on our ECU flasher. This is a device that you plug into your bike, take a reading from your ECU, send that file to us, and one of our map writers will modify it, taking into account any modifications you've made to the bike. Really hope you're enjoying what we're bringing to the channel. Please do hit the subscribe, the bell and the like icons. It really does help us out and it keeps you notified when we have new content coming to the channel.